Hi Stampers, I'm Sunny Sky and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're using the envelope punch board to make this envelope, which matches the card that I made in a previous video. This card is 6 by 6, so it would not fit in the standard medium size envelope. So that's why we're making an envelope to match. This envelope paper does come two-sided. You can see that one side is solid and the other side is stripes on this particular one. Today we're going to do it in this color. And there's not only the stripes, but there's also a wood grain pattern that comes as well. And I just wanted to show you too, this is the size square we need for today. These little scraps would be great on a coordinating card. Alright, so this is the envelope punch board. It comes in this handy box. All of our punch boards come in a box like this so that you can stack them on top of each other on a shelf. It's great for storage. I like how it keeps it all organized. So your envelope punch board is inside. There are instructions on how to use it. All the dimensions for which size card you want to make and what you need to cut your paper size to before you start and where you would need to score is all on the punch board. If you use centimeters, a label is included in the box so that you can put this right on top. Now the instruction sheet is in the box, but there's also instructions right on the board, and after you've made a couple you probably won't even have to refer to this. This is really easy to do. So all of our punch boards come with the little scoring tool which you will use, and so this particular one we're making a 6 by 6 card, which means the envelope will be slightly larger than 6 by 6. So you need to start with 9.5 by 9.5 inch paper, and we're going to score at 4 3/4. Now your first score line is the only time that you actually use that measurement. And what I like to do when I'm using envelope paper, when I'm using designer series paper, or you can also use cardstock on this, but I like to use the simplest pattern side to score on. It's easier to see my score lines. So I'm going to go to 4 3/4. You've got to punch and score every time you adjust. So I punch first because I have a tendency to forget the punch part. Okay, there's a little center here. I know you see the line coming off here. You do not score this way. You do not score with that guide. You come the opposite direction and just kind of find the hole or the crease and score. You want to be gentle with envelope paper because it's not as thick as your cardstock or your DSP. Then you just turn it 90 degrees. Do not go back to the measured line here. From here on out, you're going to match the score line with this here. So you just put that right over the score line, punch, and score. Turn it 90 degrees, line up with your guide, punch, and score. 90 degrees, lined up with that guide, punch, and score. If you do forget to punch or score when you're at that position, you can always go back to it later. You will be able to find it again. So this part is done. So I'm going to put my scoring tool away. Now, on the opposite side of all of our punch boards, there is another punch. This one is a corner rounder. So you can round the tips of your envelope. And you can round all 4 tips, but if you want to just round the tip that's the top of your envelope, that works as well. And just in order to make it easier to put a name or an address on here, I like to keep the plain side on the outside. Another thing you can use envelope paper for is to line your Stampin' Up! Envelopes. We have a die with the envelope liners. And then you can get that nice double layered envelope. So okay, the one I've rounded is going to be my top. I'm going to fold in my sides. Use my tear and tape. Because we're going to pull the card in and out of the envelope at least twice, you're going to do it when you get ready to send it off to the recipient, and they're going to do it when they open it up. There's just a little bit movement there, so I prefer this over the snail adhesive. It's just a little bit stronger. And just kind of put it near the edge because you don't want to get any overlap. You don't want to glue your envelope shut accidentally. Wouldn't work really well if you did that. Okay, so I just fold it over the sides, fold over this bottom, and I'll just show you again that this 6 by 6 card would fit right inside. So thanks for joining me today, and learning how to make an envelope. I hope you will enjoy it, and you can shop online anytime at stampinwithsky.stampinup.net. Thanks again.